How's it going there, guys? I got me and my dogs. But anyway, this is all about a tractor lawnmower video here. Tractor, lawnmower, vehicle, don't really matter. It's all about the same concept. But today I'm talking about lawnmower engines that's been sitting, that ain't seized up, got compression and everything. And everybody's problem is with lawn and garden or whatever, it dies because it sits in the wintertime. When I say it dies because of wintertime, it's because ethanol fuel is not real easy on these mowers and motors and whatever you're messing with. Ain't good at all. But what I'm getting to, a good way to keep your engine going and not having to worry about it, you might have to put a battery in it if it sits all winter. But if you put a little fuel cutoff from your carburetor to your gas tank, when you put it in your shed, because you just mowed your grass for the last time for the year, well, go in there, cut that fuel line off, let it run completely out of gas. When it dies and runs out of gas, all that gas that was going to be sitting in your carburetor, like most people do, that has problems when they start that spring, that it won't start or whatever, well, if they would have cut the gas off and let it run out, that ethanol ain't having a chance to build up that gel or whatever it does inside the carburetor and blocking everything up. There won't be nothing there to block up. No gas to form, no ethanol to form, whatever. But if you do got the problem as far as it gelling up and not working and carburetors, the carburetor's not functioning because all the gel and shit where it formed up over the winter, because people don't cut their gas off or have a cutoff to cut their gas off because they just don't know. But here's a way to get your 5-horse engine started, or just knowing if it will run or not. Which, if it's got compression, it will run, I promise you, unless it's got a burnt piston or something like that. But that ain't the point. The point is, if you find you an old tiller in the Ventro, bring it home, and here's what you're gonna do. You're gonna get this wire right here, if you can see it. All it does is it goes straight to the coil where your spark plug wire goes. Whatever. I ain't got no spark plug in this thing, but you're gonna put the spark plug in it, whatever. You're just gonna have the spark plug in it, put the wire on it, just like it is. You're going to take the breather off, and you're going to get some starting fluid. You're going to go tss, tss. You're going to crank the engine, pull start, whatever. If it hits, good deal. If it don't hit, this is your kill switch. It comes out the side or whatever. It's black. There's like a charging wires for charging battery, whatever. Two different things. It's got like a couple wires going to a little plug or something like that. But the kill switch has got one wire, just one little wire coming out. It's connected, whatever. Unplug that. That bypasses your seat sensors and all your bullshit that makes it die when you cut your blades on, whatever. Because most of these older engines ain't got the electronic cutoff for the carburetor. For I guess if it started leaking or the flow from the carburetor, it would leak. But that ain't the point here. The point is just to see if it will hit or not. And just unplug that wire. If it don't hit and it's got compression and all that, and it's like, well, I guess it's screwed, and we're just going to throw it back in the Ventro. No, just unplug that kill switch and then try it. About 9 times out of 10, 90% of the time, I got a ground problem or a kill switch problem, or the coil's out. If you unplug that wire, that little black wire coming out from under the shroud where you're going to your magneto, well, if you unplug that and you got compression and it don't start, well, you got a very, very bad problem inside the motor, which normally ain't gonna happen. I rarely see anything bad enough, like with a broke rod or anything like that. I mean, if you do, it's because somebody running out of oil. But unplug that black wire, and it bypasses everything. Squirt you a little starting fluid in there, and probably hit and start. And I might make a different video as far as cleaning the carburetor, but that's just a test instead of having to just always junk. I've had no telling how many engines and stuff brought to me. People say, come get it, and that, and come home and have it running in 5 minutes. Most of the time I gotta clean the damn carburetor, I ain't gonna lie. But my first step mainly is just trying to start it with certain fluid. If it's got compression on it, don't start, well, I unplug the kill switch, the ground wire, or whatever that's coming off the magneto. If we unplug that and it still don't hit and start, the magneto's bad. Or it's gummed up around the flywheel under the shroud, and you might have to get sandpaper and sand it off, but hardly ever. But magnetos do go bad. Well, hey, this is Calvin Denny. I'm the tractor man. I'm the G-rigger of the G-rigs. I can professionally do it, and I can rig it and do it my own way and invent you something that's so creative that you would be like, dude, hands down, you're kick-ass at making parts. If it don't exist no more, I can make it exist. I'll make it work, I promise you, and make it look good doing it, and make it look good at the same time. You'd be like, did you buy that, dude? Yeah, bought it right here at Denny's. But anyway, I'm pretty damn smart and pretty slick at shit. If it don't work, I don't go buy any parts or new carburetors or new motors and this and that. I just G-rig little things together and try shit that nobody else has done before, if you know what I mean. But hey, like my video, whatever, I don't know how it really works. I see a bunch of videos every day of shit, and I drive down the road and see lawnmower setting fence rows, but I go to people's houses, help them get their mowers going, this and that, and they're like, oh, it's impossible, it will never run. I'll have it running in 2 minutes. I'll show you. If it won't run, I'll tell you in just a minute. If it's got compression, it will run unless the business burns. I promise you. But thank y'all. Hope y'all like this video.